After months of this really intense competition, finally I'm in the semi-finals. I'm buzzing right now. I'm really excited. I came in very confident, pushing myself to the absolute limit.
It looked breathtaking.
I wanted to show the world how much I've grown.
He's on another level.
This dish is a game changer.
It just blows my mind.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I loved it.
It's triumphant. This is exactly what we live for.
I'm not just a pastry chef anymore.
Super refined, it's creative, it's really artfully conceived. This is a dish to dress up for.
But then the world changed.
None of us have ever experienced anything like this before.
I started seeing the competition in a different way. My parents had a restaurant together. During those times were quite tough. Yeah. So I pretty much every time I go home from school, it's the only time I had time with my parents, watching them work. With the pandemic happening right now with COVID-19, we had to close all of our venues. In a way, my family's a little bit jobless at the moment. They were struggling through this again, and that picture just really hit it home. It really reminded me of all my passion for food. All of my work ethic came from my family. This time, it's not just about me getting the title. Now it's for my family. It's about me winning so that I can make them proud. Today, I'm going to have to push myself to the absolute limit. We're so close to the end. I want to get through today. I'm here back to win, and that's what I came here to do.
I came into MasterChef really wanting to showcase Italian cuisine and native ingredients. Cheese-filled scarpanoc, bonito, saltbush, gnocco fritto on the side. That's what I love.
This is undeniable skill here. It's the height of what it should be.
But I quickly realised good is not going to cut it. I'm literally in a black apron more than I am in a white apron, and it's so frustrating. I've been in pretty much every single elimination this season. I'm up against the best of the best. I really need to push myself to the furthest point that I can in this competition. So I started working more on intuition.
Every single element just sort of came together in the most beautiful way.
Heaven on a plate for me was right there. The flavours in your dessert was just spot on.
This is simple, it's thoughtful, it's powerful, and it's deeply, deeply impressive.
I know that today it's going to be the hardest challenge they've ever set us. I know how hard Reynold and Amelia have worked to be here, but also what strong competitors they are. It's going to be a very, very tough fight, but this is everything I wanted from the moment I walked through those doors. Like, I just cannot let it slip away.
For the last 6 years, I've been making cakes. Coming back to MasterChef, I did not think that my industry experience was enough to get me through this competition. I came into this competition just hoping I would do well. You know, every cook I was hoping I would do okay. But something changed in me.
I've spent the last 6 years really mastering my craft, and I've been living in my comfort zone, and this is really challenging me. I'm really here to show who I am. And this is who I am.
It says who you are.
I care so much. This is my passion in life. And now I have such a deeper understanding of who I am and what I want to achieve in my life.
It's breathtaking.
So delicious, so soulful.
The delicate texture of that choux pastry, honestly, extraordinary. It is brilliant, and it should be. At this end of the competition, this is where you get to show how good you really are.
And now I am one cook away from the finale, and that is unbelievable to me. There's no time to hold back now. I need to really trust my gut, and I need to really back myself. I am a great cook. I deserve my place here. I can win it.
potato doodle. Trust me.
Oh, look at you guys all fancy.
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 So, here we all are. The back to win semi-final. Has it sunk in yet? One of you is going to be this year's MasterChef. All of you came back to win. But the fact of it is, one of you is going home at the end of today.
Standing in front of the judges, there's definitely nerves and I can just feel them kind of like climbing up like they are ready to explode.
There is so much on the line. Your name on that trophy and $250,000. Now you're smiling. Amelia, does it weigh on you that this is where you left the competition back in season 6?
It does and it doesn't. I left in a service challenge. I'm vibing a pressure test quite hard, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Enjoy myself a pressure test.
And how do you feel going up against your mate?
Old bestie Loz.
I'm here too.
Not you, Reynold. I'm actually not even thinking about the competition. I don't want to get lost in all of that. I just want to do my best today.
Yeah, if there's a day to just zero in on the task at hand, oh my God, it's today. Laura, what about you with pressure tests? You love them, you hate them, you're somewhere in between?
I think I've been in every one this year, so it's like, why not just get through another one?
This is your second semi-final though. Do you think that helps?
Probably not, no. I just think like these two are so amazing. So I've just got to focus on how well I cook and I've just got to do better.
Righto, Reynold. Mate, first time in a semi-final. You feeling the pressure?
A little bit, but I'm also feeling pretty good because this is what I want. I want to feel this experience of the semi-finals and get through to the grand finale.
Well, good luck, gang, because today you're going to need just that.
So much is at stake today. I'm nervous. I can't imagine how you guys are feeling. Today's challenge is a pressure test. It's been created by one of Australia's finest chefs. His restaurant won 3 hats an astonishing 8 years in a row. It was listed in the top 100 restaurants in the world. And it won the world's 50 best, much coveted One to Watch award.
Sepia.
He's been named Chef of the Year on numerous occasions. Please welcome, with the world premiere dish he created especially for today's semi-final, Martin Benn!
I'm super stoked to see Martin Benn. His food is phenomenal. It's so refined and it's delicious. I mean, I have been to his restaurant at Sepia over and over and over.
Hey Marty, welcome back. Very, very good to see you.
It's good to be back, Melissa.
Now, may I ask, do you recognise anyone from your last visit?
I remember Amelia very, very well. She was in my last pressure test, and she won that.
That dish scares the best of cooks. You proved yourself today, so I congratulate you on a great effort today.
Amelia, I can see a smile on your face. How are you feeling?
Good. I mean, his food is a different level, so nervous about what's under the cloche, but I can still remember that chocolate forest floor very well, so, you know, gives me a little bit of confidence.
Well, it is still amongst one of the most difficult pressure tests to be ever set in this kitchen. Martin, how does what's under the cloche today compare in terms of difficulty to that pressure test?
What's under this cloche today is technically more difficult by tenfold of the forest.
Of course it is.
This dish was composed over all my knowledge of 10 years of sepia, based on the 5 tastes of umami, salt, sugar, sour, and bitter. You are going to have very deft touches to make this dish.
I am so nervous. If he has created this for this semi-final, it's going to be massive.
So, are you ready for the world premiere of Martin's dish?
Yes.
Martin, let's show me the cooking, mate.
So today, you will be cooking my toffee apple.
That is not a freaking toffee apple.
Oh, goodness. It looks insane. Like, this looks like an apple has fallen from a tree amongst these beautiful autumn leaves. I can't even comprehend this dish.
Well, that is exquisite. What do you reckon, guys?
Amazing.
So beautiful.
All right, let's get the own dishes in and we'll have a little taste.
Nice. I'm pretty keen.
Hey.
Heavy with importance.
That is
That is
Oh, it's even better up close.
It looks stunning.
Thank you.
It tastes.
I'm sure amazing. Thank you.
It's so beautiful.
All right, Martin, listen, before we start eating this, you know, a dish that looks this breathtaking has to have a story.
Well, as you know, I'm from the motherland like yourself. Toffee apples were a big part of my childhood in the UK. They're normally used around Halloween, so that is sort of an autumn dish. So we played with some leaves on this to add texture, flavours. Everyone knows the best bit about the toffee apple is the toffee, especially when you're a kid. So I've toffied the apple.
I mean, it looks like an apple, but obviously what you're saying is it's not an apple.
That's right. The apple is just one continuous strip and lacquered with the toffee and then rolled back up.
So that is just literally a whole heap of toffee and a big, long lasagna of apple.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. All right, listen, I can't wait any longer. I don't know about you, but let's taste it.
I can't believe I got this. The hero on the plate is this apple. And it's so confusing because it looks like an apple, but it's not just a simple apple on the plate.
When you cut in half, you can see all the layers.
That is so beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like it's been spiralized and it's ribbons of apple coated in this beautiful, shiny, glossy toffee and then rolled back up to look like an apple, and it still looks like an apple.
The caramel's so good.
Wow.
Amelia, what are you noticing about the dessert?
I think what stands out the most is the bitterness in the sugar. It's clearly been taken really far.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's
what
so
I'm
good.
thinking about most.
How delicious is that?
Yeah.
And what about technique-wise? There's a lot of leaves on there,
Just
a lot of detail.
mind-blowing. Seriously mind-blowing. Those leaves, they're glistening. They look like they've just fallen off a tree. One leaf is this beautiful, sugary, fine, melt-on-your-tongue tweel. The next leaf is a deeply savoury, almost chip-like texture. Like a little chip. And then I get to this red raspberry leaf,
Damn.
and it is really sour and crisp. Amazing. I'm just so nervous. Like, none of this dessert is straightforward.
All right, Martin, talk us through the pressure points of the actual recipe itself.
So the apple is lathed on a Japanese slicer. When you spin the apple, keep a firm pressure on the lathe. You want the apple to be one long strand. You should be able to spin one apple in one go. The caramel, we have to take it as far as we can without burning it, and that is really important because we don't want it to be too sweet. So we've got to get the bitterness in to the caramel. So the leaves have been a life's work for me to get these right. Each leaf's different colour, shows you different stages of how a leaf deteriorates when it falls from the tree. We have the brown one there, which is a Muscovado sugar, so that's the sweetest one. And the red one is a raspberry maltose sugar, so that's the sourness. Then we have a persimmon and pumpkin, which is the golden one. It's a sheet of puree that's dried out, and then we make the leaf shape, and then we need to fry it, give it a crisp texture.
Oh, that's hard.
3 leaves.
3.
Muscovado, pumpkin persimmon, and raspberry.
Let's get this straight. At the end of the cook, you will need to have on your bench 10 components, 10 perfect components. Attention to detail has never been more important than this. The smallest mistake is going to send you home today.
Right, some rules, eh? You've got 3 hours and 45 minutes to recreate Martin's dish as closely as possible in both look and taste. You'll also have 5 minutes to plate up the dish right before serving to us. Everything you need, recipe, ingredients, equipment, it's all at your benches. We're looking for the 2 dishes that most closely represent Martin's dish. Cook one of those, you're into that all-important grand finale. Guys, this right here is what you came back for. Do not fall at the final hurdle. You guys can do this. Martin, do you want to kick him off, mate?
I would. I wish you all the very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Your time starts now.
Oh my God, this is 113 steps.
I have to replicate Martin's dish exactly today. 3 hours and 45 minutes is huge. This has got to be the biggest pressure test I've ever been in, and I am going to be following that recipe to a T. First thing I get onto are those persimmon and pumpkin leaves. I am really worried today about nailing the balance of flavour. This could be a really sweet dessert if it's not balanced out with the sour, salty, umami bitter. So that's what I'm focused on. That dessert looks spectacular and nothing that I've ever even attempted to try to make before, so I'm excited, but I know I have to motor. Now that my pumpkin and persimmon puree is ready, I get it onto silpat mats, onto trays, into the oven to dry out for 2 hours. This pressure test is what stands between me and the finale, and I'm just not going to let anything get in my way. I need to be in the finale.
The pressure is definitely on me today because old mate in the front's an absolute pro at desserts and Mills is an amazing baker. This is really daunting. Like, there's so much that needs to be done and I've probably never done half of these techniques before.
I really need to nail every single element. I need this to be exactly like Martin's.
I've currently got my pumpkin and persimmon leaves drying out in the oven. It's now time to make the red toffee apple caramel.
So the caramel with sake and vanilla stir and cook on stove until the sugar and sake have combined.
Martin Benn has made it very clear that the bitterness of this caramel is one of the most crucial points in this dessert.
Need to take it as far as possible without burning it, so.
This is my first ever to be in the semi-finals. I feel like I'm in the zone. This is my kind of cooking. Yeah, I'm just really excited to get this done.
I'm really happy that it's a Martin Benn pressure test. I have eaten his food. I've read his book, so I know a lot about his recipes. I think this is gonna be a little bit of an advantage. So I'm just gonna go by my instinct because it's food that I'm familiar with. Outside of the red toffee, caramel is starting to burn, but while I add more sugar, it's gonna dilute that over again.
Hey, Reynold.
Hi, Mel. Hey, Martin.
How's it going? Should this be as...
It's okay. I know we're smoking for a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's
Oh,
fine.
I was a little
I've
worried
still got more sugar here to add in.
It looked like you were hammering it very hard, very early.
As in like this or overall?
Both.
I know if it's definitely screwed up, I'll do it again. It's just sugar. But I mean, looking at it now, it's pretty all right.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy where I'm at.
What is most exciting about this is the energy that you are exuding in this cook, the fact that you are excited.
I'm in the semi-finals. I beat my last position, so I'm really happy about that.
Next goal is
The trophy.
nothing in between. We'll leave you to it.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
I'm just going by my experience and intuition, and I hope it's going to work out for me today.
Guys, you've had 45 minutes, 3 hours to go.
Let's go, guys. Keep moving.
Whoa, so pretty.
I am motoring through this. My pumpkin and persimmon puree is in the oven. My red toffee caramel is cooling down. Time to make my toffee apple scroll. The apple is one of the main components of this dish, so I have to get it right. I need to get it into that lathe to get it beautifully spiralised. And here we find ourselves with a pressure point. I'm not happy with this first apple. I'm going to do it again.
Damn it.
Start again. I lathe my second apple and cracks again.
Now, Amelia, here's one of the pressure points. Happy?
Not yet.
Okay.
Couple of cracks.
Couple of cracks.
Yep.
Not major.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Do you want to have another crack while we're here? No? You want us to go
Maybe
on?
I'll do it. You just face the fridges
No,
and then
that's
come
not
back.
how it works.
This could save you.
Yeah, this is
Or
exactly
put
right.
you-
So not too far on this end is where I'm guessing it's cracking because they're the
Yep.
marks.
That looks good.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
This apple is the hero of the dish, and it is so important to make sure that the thinness of the apple is perfect. Otherwise, you won't get that perfect apple shape. Good. My third apple looks really good because it's just smooth all the way through.
We need a lot of space. I'm just clearing out as much as I can.
Next thing to do is the most important part, which is the apple scroll. This apple, it's all about the pressure of that lathe.
Reynold,
Yo,
Wow.
you just got a woof from Martin, and I think that
There we
might
go.
be a good woof.
That is. Look at that. Nice and neat, nice and even all the way through.
it's 2.5, so I think it's okay.
I'm feeling good. I'm really happy that this worked.
Very good.
Thanks, chef.
Now I'm going to do a second one as a backup.
It's like lasagna. Still gonna do it.
My apple breaks a little bit, but I've got enough length. I've trimmed the ends of both apple scrolls, make it really neat, so they're one long, beautiful sheet.
There is no more important cook than this one for you three. We're looking for absolute perfection, and you got 2.5 hours to go.
Pushing the start end of the machine only halfway. What does that even mean?
Martin's apple was the most perfect apple. Like, you could be deceived. It's actually like just a whole apple on the plate.
Why won't my apple move?
I'm meant to be getting this beautiful, long, thin ribbon of apple. It's not happening.
This is so ridiculous.
I just cannot get this apple to spin.
Laura's having trouble. I think she's struggling to make the lathe work.
I'm starting to feel the stress creep up.
Why is this not working?
I honestly cannot hear anything other than my head thumping, my eyes watering.
Oh, please don't stop.
I feel like the lights have just gotten darker. If I'm going to get to the finale, I need to have that apple on the plate. And right now, I do not have an apple.
Oh, please don't stop.
If I'm going to get to the finale, I need to have that apple on the plate. And right now, I do not have an apple. If I can't get the apple, which is the most important part of this dish, then what's the point of moving on with this cook?
Come here, Oz. Right. Just deep breaths, okay? Now go fast, fast. No, okay, but look, you've broken the bottom.
Yeah, look how many apples I've gone through.
It's okay.
You right, Lozzie?
Here, get another apple. Go through this side, go through that side, on the thick end, okay?
Is yours cracking?
Yeah.
Just push it in far.
You need to push it in like 3 mil from the base of the lathe,
Enough to hold it, Laura.
because otherwise it won't spin.
Is that enough?
No, more like 3 mil. Push it more. More.
That's as far as it's going to go.
Good. Now, fast.
Thank you. You're the best.
You got it, Lozzie.
Thanks, Mills.
No worries, Loz.
Thank you. I honestly cannot believe that we are all fighting for a spot in a finale, and the two most selfless people I know have come over and stopped what they're doing. That honestly could ruin their cooks to help me succeed. Like, this would never happen anywhere else.
Honestly, I've never struggled so much in my life with an apple before. That was really, really hard and very frustrating, but I'm lucky Mills and Reynold helped.
How are you, Loz Dog?
Yeah, so much better, thank you.
I just feel so honoured to be cooking with Amelia and Reynold right now. But I just need to pick myself up and get this apple done and fight my way back and get up to speed.
All right, guys, eyes up, look forward. Mon's got something to tell you, really important, yeah?
You've got a lot of caramel there. Don't be too lenient with it. Really get it on there. Keep it rolled up and plenty on there.
Got it, guys? Amelia?
See? Now that I've got a couple of apple options I can use, I paint it with my red toffee caramel. I'm rolling up my apple lightly, and I'm really taking care with this step. It needs to come back together to look like an apple again. I get them in the molds, and one looks really good, and one is just a dog's dinner. I'm just gonna ditch this bad one. I don't want to waste any of my caramel on an apple that's not gonna look good.
So I've got 2 apples lathed and laid out. I've trimmed sides, make it really neat. Now it's time to roll it. This recipe is so precise, so I have to be really careful about rolling up my apple. Oh, it's so slippery. As I've rolled it back up, it looks really tight. I feel like it's sort of in the shape of a cylinder rather than an apple. But I think I followed the recipe for the apple scroll pretty well. So I'm adding the red toffee apple caramel to fill it in. I'm just hoping that it cooks perfectly and that when it comes out, it'll look just like mutton Benn's.
I've rolled up my apple. It looks really, really good.
Oh, little apple.
The size is like mutton. The shape, maybe not so much, but I don't even want to think about lathing another apple, so I've just got to go with this one.
I'll just clean this crime scene up and then back onto the Muscovado leaves.
This is not the time to let the pressure start getting to you. You've only got 2 hours to go. Come on, guys.
Marty, what do you think of where they're at so far?
We're about coming up to the halfway mark,
Yep.
I suppose, and you know, this is starts to where the pressure points really start to set in. The leaves, that's the real pressure point. All I can say is when they make the leaves, don't make one or two.
Fair enough.
Is it fair to say it's in the construction of the leaves, once they come out of the mould and then you bend them, that's the moment
That's
where
the
it can all fall over, right?
That's right. When it comes out, that's crucial to get that right. Press it into the mould and then get it out of the mould and then twist it to the shape
Yeah.
of a fallen leaf.
Just under 2 hours to go, and I am already feeling fatigued.
4 minutes on that, 5 minutes on that, 4 minutes on that.
But I really cannot afford to slow down the pace now. I've got my Muscovado sugar leaves cooking in the oven. Now it's time to shape them. Martin's leaves were so delicate and so lifelike. They were nice and sweet and had a real snap to them. So it's really important that I nail this element.
There you go, warm you up for 1 minute.
The recipe says I need to work in the oven to make these leaves.
Okay.
It is so hot. There's just this wave of heat coming at me. There is the pressure of trying to get these leaves done before they set.
My hands. Too much cracking, I believe.
My first Muscovado leaf. There's a few cracks here and there.
How you going, Amelia? Critical moment, leaves.
Good time to come over.
How delicate are they?
So delicate.
Look how beautiful that is.
Finally, it works. The leaves are looking beautiful.
Come on, Amelia, you got this.
Thank you. My Muscovado leaves look good. And then I've got 2 leaves to go. Feeling good. I'm just doing my raspberry leaves. Look, this is by far the most labour-intensive dessert. There's no maybe about it. There's just so much to do.
While my Muscovado leaf is in the oven, I'm working on my sour apple jellies. And those little jellies are gonna go on top of the chantilly cream, which will bring texture and acidity to this dish. It's time to check my apple scroll. Hot, 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 hot. Looking at my apple scroll, it's just fallen flat. What the hell's going on? It doesn't look like an apple. I don't feel pretty good right now. If it's not like Martin Benn's apple, it could be me that's going home. I'm a little bit panicked now because I'm not sure what to do.
Okay, apple. Perfect. Stunning. 40, 20 minutes uncovered.
Looks good.
So pretty. I'm really happy. I think it's really beautiful. Let's go, let's go. Let's move, move, move.
My apple scroll is not right. It's fallen flat.
Remove top half the silicone mold.
I've done something wrong.
So it's sipping.
It's kind of collapsed a little bit, and it doesn't have that perfect apple shape.
This is so hard.
I'm thinking maybe the mistake that I've done is rolling it up super tight, and it didn't fill up the mold. I have so much left to do. So I can't do this process again because I don't have time. I've just got to go with it. So I'm going to follow as per the recipe and get it back in the oven. Hopefully I can shape it on later to make it look like Martin Benn's. This apple, it could be the difference of making it to the finale or not.
All right, let's motor. Yes.
How they looking, Laura?
I got 2. They taste good. It's more than I need. Done.
Damn, that's hot. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for.
The air in this kitchen is so thick with pressure you could cut it with a knife. Only 1 hour to go. Come on!
All right, next. It's time to make my second of the 3 leaves, this red raspberry leaf. Martin's raspberry leaves were a beautiful autumnal shade of red. They were really sour and crisp. These leaves are so delicate. I mean, like, just a knock of my hand will break this. I'm trying to get them off the silpat and they just keep breaking. I really feel like it's these small little things that will get you eliminated in this pressure test. I need to start again. I might look pretty calm, but I feel like I'm gonna vomit.
Who's got time to glide wrap? Not me. Raspberry leaf. Okay. That kind of looks dark red.
It's honestly so exhausting doing this. Like, it's almost a 4-hour cook. I'm moving so quickly, my body is aching, but I want to win this so bad. I press my raspberry leaf.
How do I get it off? Oh my God. Oh! It worked. It worked.
My leaf honestly looks like a real leaf. Like, you could chuck it outside amongst all the other fresh leaves and you wouldn't know the difference.
In the last 50, this is like game time. This is when they could be make or break their cook.
That's right. Yeah, the pressure's really on now, so it'll be interesting to see how we get these leaves out. What I really want to see is the detail in those leaves, you know. I want to see them like they are crunched up, like they are kind of natural. Probably the hardest one is the pumpkin leaf to get finished, so...
Save the best till last, eh?
Nothing good is easy, as they say.
Yes.
Reynold,
Yes.
talk to me about leaves. Where you at with your leaves?
Raspberry leaves are done.
Yep.
I've got my Muscovado twills all done. I've got spares as well, and they're looking really, really good. I just need to fry my persimmon and pumpkin twills now. The third leaf is the pumpkin and persimmon leaf. I've cut out a few different options of the pumpkin and persimmon leaves, and I'm frying them. They need to be beautifully golden and savory and crispy. I'm spending a lot of time with the leaves, but I know that these are so important and really integral to the dish. Martin Benn's pumpkin and persimmon leaves, they were fried, but they weren't oily. And I'm looking at mine, they're actually quite oily. Brain. So I want to put them into the oven to kind of dry out a little bit and drain all the oil. I know the recipe doesn't say this, but I'm doing this because I don't want to have oily pumpkin and persimmon leaves. This is definitely a risk, but I want to get as much oil out as possible. Everything needs to be cooked perfectly.
Everything should be coming together. 45 minutes to go!
Let's go, you three. Keep pushing.
Do it. Yes.
You can do this. I'm really struggling. I've done 3 batches of raspberry leaves and they just keep breaking. This is my 4th batch of leaves. I need to put these raspberry leaves on the plate. I have to replicate this dish perfectly. And I can't leave them off. There you go. Finally, it works. I'm just so relieved that these raspberry leaves have worked. All right, we can do this. We can bring it home. Chantilly cream.
The Muscovado and raspberry leaf. I've got them all printed and they look great.
the pumpkin and persimmon leaf, it's drying out. Apart from the apple, I'm really happy with what I've done. I'm on a roll now.
Reynold, how come you've still got leaves in there?
No, those leaves are they're dehydrating.
They're dehydrating?
Oh my God, that's not a good idea, is it?
I think I made a big mistake. The leaves have lost the shape and the imprint.
I was stupid enough to leave the leaves in the oven a bit too long. So what happens is it starts to set.
If I don't fix these leaves, I'm probably not going to be in the grand finale.
Make sure they got nice
Stamp.
You don't want to lose that.
Biting my tongue right now because I've definitely made a big mistake by putting the pumpkin and persimmon leaves back in the oven. The leaves have lost the shape and the imprint.
Make sure they got nice
Stamp.
You don't want to lose that.
So while the pumpkin and persimmon leaves are still hot, I need to reprint and reshape them. I really wish that I didn't put all of my pumpkin and persimmon leaves into the oven. I wish I just had some extras out. I think they're looking okay. I just hope that I haven't ruined them.
Keep working here, Reynold. Keep going, mate.
I have so much left to do. I need to make the miso toffee sauce. I've got to whip my chantilly cream, dice my raspberry and apple jelly, and make my chocolate stem. It's like, I need to speed up.
Guys, this is the most important 30 minutes of this season. 30 minutes to go, come on!
Oh no! It's all right. This is my spare.
Oh, don't do this to me, Reynold. Seriously.
Leave apple and set aside. Pull. Let's pull that apple out. I get my apple scroll out of the oven. It's finished cooking. It is looking beautiful. It looks just like Martin's. And I'm so happy that this one hero component has worked. Pretty, pretty.
Yeah, this looks so beautiful. It looks stunning. It's just got to drain through now. I'll just keep brushing it with caramel.
I get my apple out of the oven. It still hasn't formed the right shape.
I mean, this one I'm going to go for it because it's the bigger one.
So the only thing I can think of is to add some more red toffee caramel to make it rounder.
Just need to make this nicely shaped. What the hell?
I know it's wrong, but I can't really fix it. I could be done. But I need to keep going. Keep trying. Keep fighting on. I can do this. I can do this pressure test.
They're crisp.
So I've got the pumpkin persimmon leaves happening. Yeah, that's crispy. I know. I know, I've still got to get that little twig done, whip the actual white chocolate cream as well, and then all my other prep ready.
So I now need to get onto this caramel chocolate stem that's going to replicate an actual stem of the apple. The one that Martin had on his apple was so realistic. It honestly just looked like an apple stem, but you could eat it.
Stretch and fold caramel into 8-centimetre long piece. So hard.
I'm starting to feel the stress kind of creep back up. I am exhausted right now. And I'm looking at the clock and I can see how fast time is going. I can really feel the pressure weighing down on my shoulders right now.
Come on, just give me one. Oh, I'll take that. I did it. Let's go.
So it's time to work on the chocolate stem, and I'm not even going to look at the recipe. I remember the way the stem looks. I think that's a good one.
You only need one, mate, yeah?
Just want to make one really nice one.
Good man. Come on, bring it home strong, mate.
Yes, chef. I set my chocolate stem aside, and now I've got to quickly whip my chantilly cream. The chantilly adds a creamy component, and it kind of offsets the savory and crispy component to the dish.
You've got 8 minutes to go. Let's go.
This dessert is so labour intensive, and I haven't done anything like this before. I have to keep pushing till the end. To make my chocolate stem, I get my trimoline and isomalt on the heat. While that's happening, I grab my jelly and I'm going to dice it up. I'm dicing up my little jelly into the perfect little cubes, and I look up. Damn it. My caramel has burnt. This is an absolute disaster. This is an absolute disaster. Just over 5 minutes to go, and my caramel for my chocolate caramel stem has burnt. But I can't let myself be derailed by a chocolate caramel stem. So I quickly ditch it, I get a fresh pot out and get that trimoline and isomalt on again. I'm here to be in the finale. I don't want to settle for anything less.
This is the time to focus. Months of hard work comes down to this. 5 minutes to go.
Let's go, guys.
I've done my chocolate stem, whipped my chantilly, diced my jellies in record time, and now I'm finishing the miso toffee sauce. This miso toffee sauce is really important because it gives us the umami flavor of the dish. It needs to balance us out. It's all coming down to these final minutes. I know I've made mistakes today, but I just hope that's enough because I am thinking about that grand finale. We're so close. There's just a few more steps to go.
For one of you, this is the last 2 minutes you have in this competition. 2 minutes to go, come on!
Miso toffee sauce, yep. Apple caramel, yes.
I've done all 3 leaves. They look beautiful. I've finished my apple.
Shiny is what you will get. Shiny.
Just a reminder, guys, you need to have 10 elements ready on your bench at the end of this cook. Yeah? Check your elements, make sure you've got every single one of them.
Ah!
Come on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm ticking off every single thing to make sure I've got all my elements ready for plating.
Jelly, let's go.
I've got 5 minutes to actually plate this dish up.
Oh my God.
In front of the judges and in front of Martin, which is so daunting. And I'm following the recipe, every single word to make sure I'm doing it correctly.
Pushing, pushing, pushing.
Although my apple, it's almost like a bit of a curvy pear.
I cannot stop thinking about that finale. I've been there once. I know what the feeling's like, and I would love to be there again.
Final touches here, 1 minute to go. Come on, guys.
There's a minute to go, and I am so happy with what I've done today. But I don't know what is going on. I've got no concept of what an apple stem looks like.
Happy with those?
What does an apple twig look like, Andy?
Like, think of the stem. You would have picked them off a million times.
The last 30 seconds.
There we go.
Yes.
Let's go, Amelia. This is so crazy. Just make a twig. Yeah, that one was good.
You have 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7,
How's it
Yeah,
go?
yeah, good.
Good.
The marathon is over.
This has by far been the most technical dessert I've ever made. That really pushed me creatively. The leaves were really tough. I am just so proud of myself that I was able to do it. Creating food like this, it's just incredible.
I honestly cannot believe I finished that. I thought spiralising an apple would be my downfall. You know, there's so much on the line today, like 2 of us are going through to the finale and 1 person will go home. Yeah, it's going to be really, really tough.
Today, if I don't get to the grand finale, this is the end of the journey for me. It would suck because I did come into this competition to start with believing that I can win that trophy. But this pressure test is a make or break moment. So it's all going to come down to that apple.
I think we can all agree that that was a very high stress, high stakes pressure test. A world first. Thank you so much, Martin, for bringing us something that just blew their minds when they saw that and tasted that for the first time.
It was pretty amazing to see how they put that together without having any inside knowledge in that time frame.
3 hours and 45 minutes worth of blood, sweat and tears. But what's done is done. It's all down to the next 5 minutes when they plate this dish up. We're looking for the 2 dishes that look the best and taste the closest to yours.
All right, shall we get the first one in?
Yep, let's do it.
Good luck, Milsey.
Good luck.
Thanks. This pressure test is by far the hardest pressure test I've ever been in. But it's not over yet. I have 5 minutes to plate this dessert up.
Hi, Amelia.
Hello. Any minute mistake, any slight flaws is going to see someone go home.
Right. Your time starts now.
I'm thinking about Martin's dish and I can remember that beautiful shiny apple sitting there proudly on the plate. And my apple looks just like Martin's and I'm so happy with it. Next to it, I add a quenelle of that salted white chocolate chantilly cream. I top my cream with the sour apple jelly.
3 minutes to go.
And I fill my apple with my miso caramel for that umami flavour. And I top it with my little chocolate caramel twig and arrange all of those beautiful leaves on the plate.
1 minute to go, Amelia.
Plating up Martin Benn's dessert in front of him is a truly intimidating experience. Like, he is a master.
Time's up. Let's bring it over.
The butterflies are going berserk in my stomach. This is it. This is all I can do on a plate. This is it.
Amelia, how are you feeling now that that's done?
Exhausted. Elated, I'm really happy.
Looking at this, I do think you should be so proud of yourself. That was a marathon cook, even harder than the last Martin Benn pressure test.
It was.
By tenfold. And this is the same point that you reached the last time you were here.
Yep,
Do you feel like you will get further?
I really do.
Where did this confidence come from? Because I didn't see it. I didn't see it in week 1. I didn't see it in week 4.
I don't know, something's just sort of changed in me where I've dropped all the anxiety that comes along with this kitchen and I've just embraced it. I really have just been trying to stay in the moment and just do things that I enjoy and that I love to do, and I think it's just changed how I cook.
I gotta ask, what if this is not the dish that takes you into the finale?
I'm so freaking proud of myself. Like, I'll walk out of here with my head held high. This has been an unbelievable experience and I've just loved every second of it. Season 6 changed my life. Season 12 is going to change my life.
Amelia, you should be so proud of yourself today. It looks fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, Amelia, we'll get
Thanks,
and test
Martin.
it now.
Thanks,
Thank you
Amelia.
very much. Martin, what do you think?
Well, I think it looks pretty damn good. Beautifully glazed apple, very, very shiny.
All leaves present and correct.
It's a very, very good effort. We're very happy to serve that, but I
All
haven't
right.
tasted it yet.
Well, let's do it.
I'll carve.
Yeah, you carve, Dad.
Yeah, very good.
Apple looks beautiful. We right in saying this is your lockdown masterpiece.
This is it. This has been my isolation entertainment for the last.
We baked bread. Martin Bed did that.
So, for me, I think that was an extraordinary dish. To actually have a recipe never seen before and to execute it at that level was phenomenal.
The apple and the layers, the crunch still in the apple, perfectly cooked. The balance of the caramel and the bitterness there has just made that dish moreish. The apple stem was perfect.
It was very believable.
As a whole dish, got to say, within 10% of the flavour of your one, Amelia has done an incredible job.
She has nailed it. I'm so happy for her. Two things that I noticed are the bitterness in the caramel and the umami from the miso, and that for me is what really makes this dish the dish.
Yeah, that was delicious. And you look at that tumble of leaves and just the impressions that make them look so realistic. It was a glamour front and centre. That takes a lot of skill to achieve. That was incredible.
Laura?
Thank you. La Closiano.
That cook was one of the hardest I think I've had in this kitchen. I feel like I've just like run 3 marathons, but I'm really confident with my flavours.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
So now I need to get it to look exactly like Martin's dish.
Your time starts now.
Thank you.
I know this apple isn't exactly how Martin's looks. So I paint a little bit of extra caramel onto that apple just to make sure it's super glossy. The thought of being sent home today is running through my head. At this point in the competition, it comes down to the smallest of details. And I'm worried about the shape of my apple and the overall flavour.
1 minute to go.
But Martin kept going on about these caramels in the dish and the bitterness levels. And I think if I have nailed those bitter flavours, then hopefully I'm safe.
You done?
Yeah.
All right, bring it up.
I have put my absolute all into this today. It nearly broke me, and I hope I've done enough to get me my spot into that finale.
Laura, how was that?
I think you saw all the emotions of me today in that cook. The apple did nearly defeat me. That was pretty frustrating.
Yeah, I tell you what, it made for one of the most amazing MasterChef moments I've seen ever, in that not just your best mate Amelia, but Reynold as well came to your rescue, and they were all hands on deck to get you through that.
In this situation where someone's going home, like you wouldn't expect that. It was very, very nice of them.
How do you think you've gone with the dish?
This is very out of my comfort zone, but I'm really, really happy with it.
So you're happy with the dish. What happens if it's not the one? What happens if this beast sends you home?
I'd be heartbroken, absolutely, but to have the opportunity to come back, I'm never going to get asked to do this ever again. I need to see how far I really could go.
Laura, I can see the emotion. It's like...
it's about to go.
It's about here.
It is.
All right, we're going to test it now.
Thank you very much. Sorry
Thanks
about
so
the
much.
tears. I'm not normally like this, I swear.
Really, Laura?
Just sometimes.
Let's have a look.
Look, compared to Amelia's, you can't really compare it from a visual look. The apple isn't really an apple shape. But we've got the layers happening there.
Yep.
Definitely. And it looks like there's more layers in that.
It does, doesn't it?
Thank you.
Wow. The hero for me is the bitterness in that apple caramel. Because balanced with the fat from that chantilly cream and that miso toffee, that's what makes this dish so special.
That caramel was bitter to just being on burnt, which is perfect. This is where it needs to be. The persimmon leaves, they were perfectly crisp. The Muscovado leaf, the flavour was there, just the imprint was not as pronounced as Amelia's.
In terms of the presentation, you know, the apple was a bit more pear-shaped, but in terms of flavour and texture, there are some amazing things going on in here. Her persimmon leaves had a really great crunch, and that really does evoke walking through the park and crunching on the leaves.
For somebody who's not a pastry expert, that is an amazing effort or a dish that she'd only seen at that moment. Incredible.
Good luck, Ray.
Thank you. This is a back-to-win season, the best of the best, and now I'm just thinking how much I want this and how important it is to win that title. For me to go home now would be devastating, so I'm going to give everything I can into this last 5 minutes to make it perfect.
Hey, Reynold.
Well, Reynold.
Hello.
Reynold.
I'm shaking. I feel the nerves.
All right, mate, your 5 minutes starts now.
I'm worried about the shape. So I'm glazing the apple with more toffee to make sure it's the right color and to give that beautiful, nice shine to it. I feel like I am so close to the last stretch of this competition.
That's 2 minutes down, 3 minutes to go, Reynold.
And MasterChef is all about being able to push yourself and kind of not give up. That's one of the biggest key ingredients to win MasterChef is to never give up. This is my moment to show the judges that I'm worthy for a finale.
60 seconds, Reynold.
I grab my chocolate stem, trying to brush it with the cocoa. And it breaks. I can't believe I'm just shaking so much during this plate up. This is not like me.
This is actually so much pressure.
10 seconds.
I get another one. And in the last seconds, I get the stem into the apple.
You good?
Yeah, I'm all good.
All right, bring it over, mate.
Oh man, you killed me over here.
I held my breath the entire 5 minutes.
Reynold, keeping the pressure going right to the very last second.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, all that stands between you and the grand finale is this dish right here. How do you think you went today?
Smoothly until I popped open that mold and realized the apple was meant to fill it. So these little minor things can send anyone home. But besides the shape, I think the texture is quite similar.
Talk to me about winning. Why do you want to win this?
Before coming for this tasting, it's sinking in how important this is. I haven't had an easy life as an immigrant. I'm not the kind of person to kind of talk too deep, because I keep it in a little box to kind of back it away. So you'll never see me get emotional until I speak about it. My mum and dad, both very hard workers, my brothers as well. Yeah, it's one of those things like, no matter how hard my family works, there's always something that kind of knocks us down.
Take a moment, take a moment.
I hate this.
Take a moment, take a deep breath.
Yeah. Like, we do have koi. People think it's successful. It is. It's great. I guess there were moments where we took the success for granted. I'm not going to go too into much details, and now there's a lot of things that we're trying to keep our head up high, try to maintain our image. People see it as like, this embark product is so great, but why is it we're still struggling? So that's the saddest part about this business. It's like, hospitality industry has never been easy. I didn't come on here for the fame or anything like that. I came on here because I love to cook. The only thing I'm good at is not studying. I wish I was. I really wish I was.
Join the club, mate.
Exactly. So winning, it's not about the title. It's more about like being able to give back to my family.
I've got to say, mate, it's inspiring to hear you open up about it, and there is no greater driving force than your family, especially at times like this, where obviously it's tough for your business and at this time in COVID, and it's been tough for the industry as a whole, let alone our pastry business, so I can only imagine.
You made me emotional saying that. I mean, look, there is that part of what it means to be a migrant kid and to not feel like you fit in and to feel like you have to push against so much to get to where you are going. And I don't want you to forget the amount of people out there that will see you and see what's possible. Don't discount the hope that you give for everybody who is really pushing to realise a dream. It really has just been the most incredible thing to watch you up close and to really understand why you do what you do, because the motivator it's huge.
Reynold, no matter what happens, mate, we are all extremely proud of you. The only thing left to do is taste it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Reynold.
Thanks, Reynold.
Look, apart from the obvious tiny apple, I think the dish looks really, really lovely. The colours especially, those raspberry twills look extremely good. And the stem as well just sticks out. It looks like a perfect, real apple stem, doesn't it? Even the way that he's cut it at a 45-degree angle, it looks like it's just been plucked off the tree.
Very, very skilled work. But the apple is a little bit smaller than what I put on the plate.
How's it feel?
Feels good.
This is a big tasting, isn't it?
is so much riding on this mouthful of food. This is a big tasting, isn't it?
At this end of the competition, it is point degrees of distinction between each of them. And I think however he got to the tiny apple, it still looked the business. It was glossy, it was shiny, it had some bite to it, which was really lovely. I had the small Persimmon pumpkin leaf, and mine was really crunchy and really fantastic. The raspberry leaf, I think, has to be the best one of the day.
Yeah, to make that raspberry the right acidity is a magic.
Yeah. Where I got unstuck was the bitterness of the caramel. It wasn't as bitter as others. You just didn't get that with Reynolds. It was nice to start, but then the sweetness took over. I think he really went hard on that caramel early, and then it started to really burn around the outside, and then he's diluted that with his sugar again, and it just hasn't got that same depth of bitterness all the way through.
The issue is when you don't make the caramel bitter enough, it becomes lollipop sweet.
When you were explaining a dish to the guys this morning, you spelt it out quite clearly. Salty, sweet, bitter, sour, umami. Has to be balanced. And the caramel here is really one of two sticking points for me. I think for me it was just a leaf. Well, as you've seen, it was bendy. Yeah. It was more like a fruit leather than it was a leaf. At the end of the day, it is another excellent dish, but there are some differences here compared to the other two for me, for sure.
Reynold is certainly a perfectionist. You can see that in the way he works. And sometimes he probably overthinks it, from what I was seeing, by just changing slight things out of the recipe.
Trust the process.
Exactly. So we always knew that the pumpkin leaves are the ones that will bring you down if they do. And he had a small apple as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a pressure test that will go down in history. 3 of the best contestants ever to walk this kitchen. Recreating Martin Benn's never-seen-before toffee apple. Man, it put you 3 through the ringer.
I am so proud of all 3 of you that you could get that done to the level that is technically difficult for a chef that does it every day. I commend you. You all deserve to be here.
Thank you.
Let's thank Martin for creating one of the best pressure tests we've ever seen. Well done, mate. On the line today is a place in the MasterChef Back to Win finale. But only the makers of the 2 best dishes will get there.
All of you did an incredible job. One of you shone more than others. The layers of your apple, the bitterness of the caramel, near perfect leaves. But more importantly than all of that, Martin said he would serve their dish in his restaurant. That dish belongs to the first person going into the finale, Amelia. You are in MasterChef 2020 back to win grand finale.
I cannot believe this.
It was absolutely amazing to see the dedication you put into that cook, the technical ability that you have for what you do. It's just an amazing achievement. Well done.
You should be so proud, Amelia.
Yeah.
So happy for you.
I'm truly stunned. It's like this laser moment of everything I've been working for has come true. I can't believe I'm in the finale.
Thank
Very
you.
well done.
Thank you. Martin Benn strikes again.
Quite catchy, actually. I quite like it.
Okay, so it comes down to you, Reynold and Laura. Reynold, your apple may have been a little bit small, but the balance of colours was the best of the bunch. And your stem was perfect. Laura, your apple looked a little bit more like a pear. But most crucially, it was cooked to perfection. You took that caramel to the bitter edge that makes Martin's dish so special. The decision had to come down to whose dish was the closest to Martin's in both flavour and balance. Laura, we unanimously agreed that yours ate better and was closer to Martin's, and that's why you're in the grand finale. And Reynold, I'm sorry to say, that means you're going home.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Reynolds, to us, you embody what this competition is all about. Your obsession with excellence and your relentless pursuit for perfection is what makes you one of the brightest and most promising stars of the MasterChef universe, as well as the Australian food industry. This season, you have given us some of the most memorable dishes that this kitchen has ever seen. Mind-blowing. We cannot thank you enough for that.
This competition has given so much. I'm so happy to be here, like really. Second chances don't come around often. And it has been an absolute amazing experience.
Reynold, mate, you just got to celebrate how well you've done in this competition. You've inspired all of us, and I'm so proud of you, mate.
Thanks. Thank you.
Reynold, it's been a privilege to spend time with you. We all can't wait to see what's next for you. But now, it's time to say goodbye.
Thanks,
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Hold on.
It was a bloody double, mate.
Well done, Ray.
devastated. I really believed that I could win. But even though I didn't win, I'd say it was all worth it. It was all a journey. I don't know where it's going to take me, but I know from here on, it's nowhere but up.
Hey girls, as much as that was tough, we need to congratulate you. You two are in to the grand finale of MasterChef Back to Win!
I want to win it so badly right now.
Now, we just need you to suck up this moment and pull out everything that you have. If there is anything left in that tank, you are gonna need to bring it. But for now, get out of here, go celebrate, and have some fun. See you guys later.
They came back to win.
It's not often that you get a second chance at things. I am not going to let this slip out of my grasp.
To prove something to themselves and to the nation.
I feel like I've been ready for 6 years to redeem myself, and this time around, I can do it.
Next time.
It has been so much harder this time around, but I've never lost sight of why I came back.
It will be one of the closest finales ever seen.
Laura and I are best friends in the competition, but I want to win more than anything else.
Who will be crowned MasterChef 2020?
Good luck, Laura.